Hello everyone and welcome to Kickin' It with the Mules, a new monthly vlog from Missouri School for the Blind. I'm your host, Carly Lee, Community Relations Facilitator here at MSB. This month I'm going to be talking to you about all the wonderful things we have going on campus. Our curriculum spotlight will cover braille instruction and technology, and some of our events that we're going to be talking about are our Braille Challenge and our Career Awareness Week. I hope you all enjoy it. Curriculum Spotlight, Braille Instruction and Technology with Ms. Havlick and Mr. Gudich.
The majority of our children have to learn Braille when they come to this school. Braille reading and writing instruction at MSB addresses both the core English language art curriculum based on the Missouri Learning Standards and the expanded core curriculum for students with a visual impairment. The term expanded core curriculum, or ECC, is used to define concepts and skills that often require specialized instructions with students who are blind or visually impaired in order to compensate for decreased opportunities to learn incidentally by observing others. The two ECC areas which elementary Braille instruction cover are sensory efficiency and compensatory skills. Sensory efficiency includes structured and systematic instruction in tactile and auditory skills in order to benefit from other areas of the general curriculum and the expanded core curriculum. The other area is compensatory skills. Compensatory skills include developing skills such as Braille reading and writing to enable them to access the general core curriculum. Our Braille Basal Reading Series for elementary students is a research-based series developed by the American Printing House for the Blind called Building on Patterns. It has been developed to teach elementary level Braille, including pre-Braille skills. We have two other groups of students who receive Braille reading and writing instruction, in addition to our elementary students who are beginning Braille learners. They receive reading and writing instruction from a special Braille instructor. One group is the print to Braille students who already know how to read and write in print, but now need to learn how to use Braille. And number two are Braille students who need advanced and or additional skills. For these students, we have a Braille curriculum and use a variety of textbooks and materials. This instruction covers two ECC areas, two expanded core curricular areas, compensatory skills and assistive technology, which includes both high-tech and low-tech devices.
Campus events, Braille Readers Are Leaders, and Braille Challenge contests.
In addition to our Braille instruction, we have our students are involved in two Braille contests to enhance their Braille reading and writing. One of them is the National Federation of the Blind's American Action Fund's Braille Readers Are Leaders contest. This is an in-house contest. The purpose of this contest is to promote the joy of reading for pleasure, to promote a pride in Braille as a viable literacy medium equal to print, and to demonstrate the importance of independent reading in the development of Braille literacy skills. And in this contest, students read and report how many pages they have read. Another important contest that we're involved in every year is the Braille Challenge. We are the Regional Braille Challenge Center at Missouri School for the Blind. The Braille Challenge is sponsored by the Braille Institute. It's an academic contest for Braille readers. During the Braille Challenge, the students will demonstrate their grade-level Braille skills in the areas of spelling, reading comprehension, proofreading, speed and accuracy, as well as reading charts and graphs using tactile graphics. The Braille Challenge is a contest meant to be enjoyed and serve as a reward for students who have worked hard to improve their Braille skills. It is designed to support and enrich the reading and writing of Braille. This contest is regional, so it's not just in-house, but students from all around Missouri and Illinois that are close to Missouri School for the Blind can participate in.
Product demonstration, Enhanced Vision Smart Reader HD with Miss Hart, Chloe, and Lexi.
Hi there, I'm Miss Hart. I am the Assistant Technology Teacher here at the Missouri School for the Blind, and we're going to be working with the Smart Reader HD OCR today, and Chloe is going to be introducing how we scan a printed document for those who are unable to see the pages.
And as Ms. Hart said, it's an OCR, meaning ocular character recognition reader. And let's get to it. So the scanning button is on the top left. Now this one you don't have to hold down, you just press it.
It'll take a couple of seconds.
It'll take a couple
for-
seconds.
Yep, it'll take a couple seconds for the device to say ready to scan.
Ready to scan. And then now, just a heads up, like you'll probably hear tick tock, that means processing, or like, and you have a camera button first.
There's that tick tock,
Processing.
tick tock. Usually takes about 15 seconds for it to process the page. We can adjust the volume as well. Chloe, would you mind showing us how to adjust the volume?
By straight viomes, ND, almonds and questions T4 1W1IE Noble,
Good job.
Incorporated FI Public Cat.
We can also pause the reading.
Let me do that.
Very good. And that's virtually how we scan using the smart reader. It's very simple. Right now she is on the publishing page, which did give us a bunch of numbers, but typically whenever we have our set text, so on the next page we have the Edgar Allan Poe introduction, we're going to go ahead and cover one half of the page in order to have better reading on that specific page. Now Chloe's had to learn how to use the edge of the book as a guide against the edge of the device for a better image for when the device scans.
In the middle of the book should be at this little space bar button called the play pause button.
You got it, kiddo. Go ahead and scan us just one more page.
So I should probably go and turn this over.
You got it, kiddo.
And it also means you can also move the book, move the machine, whatever you gotta do, you know, to get a better scan.
It's a very flexible device.
Yeah.
Ready to scan.
All right, go for it.
Processing. Edgar Allan Poe was born on January 19th.
And then we have a very fluid reading.
In Boston.
If Chloe wanted to adjust the volume
Hopkins and
or
David Poe,
the
Or the
speed read, yeah, go ahead and demonstrate our speed.
David Poe may have abandoned his family in 1811.
Very
In any
good.
event, Eliza
They use
took
scrolls
her
on the
and
side of the
her daughter
device.
to Richmond,
Go ahead and pause our
Virginia,
reading for us,
where
Chloe.
on December
And that's how you use the smart reader to scan your printing.
And it's a little similar to the Pearl, but only you don't connect to a computer.
That's right,
To use it.
very flexible. All right, so next up we have our student Lexi, who's going to be explaining how we save our prints as documents within the smart reader. Go for it, Lexi. She's starting by scanning the
ready to
page.
scan.
All right, it says ready to scan, so we're gonna go ahead and scan the page now. Good job. And again, we're gonna hear that tick-tock of process.
Processing. Introduction. New readers are advised.
Then once
that
it
the
starts reading,
introduction
it's
makes
typical
the
that we
details of
pause.
Plot explicit.
There we go. And then we use our capture button and hold it down until it lets us know.
Select page or book mode.
Now, Lexi, are we going to use page or book mode for what we have?
Book mode.
Book mode, because it's a book.
So we would turn the little wheel on the right side of the device until we hear book.
That's exactly
Toward you
right.
or away from you?
It would be toward us in this case.
Okay, sorry.
You're fine.
And I would hit the play or pause button to confirm it.
That's absolutely right. Good job.
New book.
Then we want to say yes to a new book.
Saving in prog. Do you want to add more pages?
And normally we would add more pages, but just in order to save timing for us to get back to work, we're going to say that that's where we are. We have an easy set for that. We would just finish
No.
up by confirming no. Once we're finished with all of our pages, confirm with the play pause
Introduction.
button,
New readers
and it will
are
read our
advised.
introduction. All right. Thanks, guys.
Student Activities, Career Awareness Fair.
Hello everybody, my name is Rick Haley. I'm the careers teacher here at Missouri School for the Blind, and I'd like to talk to you about our career fair that we have held annually here at Missouri School for the Blind. This will be our 5th year that we've done it. This year we're doing it a little bit different. I'll give you some details about that. But in the past, what we have done during Career Week is we have asked our students to do a deep dive into a career of their choice. And so they would spend a lot of time researching, getting information, compiling the information into, in the past, it's been a flyer, a poster, and a presentation that they do, and they're judged on that. And in the end, each group of students ends up getting an award for that. This year, we've decided to do it a little bit differently because we are, as a school, doing our capstone, and it is an environmental themed capstone. And specifically this year, we are looking at studying sustainability and environmental issues. Specifically, we've looked at the United Nations Sustainable Developmental Agenda goals. We've addressed them. There are 17 of them. And so now we've moved on to a particular phase of our capstone to where instead of having just a career week, we are going to incorporate careers that are related to the environment and sustainability. So now our students get a chance to do a deep dive into a career that deals with sustainability and environment. So we are combining our career week that we've had in the past with our capstone this year. It's a unique situation. And so the way it happens then is this. In pairs, usually in pairs, students will research on their own a particular career that they are interested in. We basically have 4 groups that we've asked them to look at. You could either study something in mathematics, engineering, science, and technology. And so we have these groups made. They are researching these careers with their teachers. And in the end, what we're doing is we're having our students create a Venn diagram with a partner. This Venn diagram then compiles information about their career, how to get into it, the training, what they do, where they work, and then those Venn diagrams overlap with another student's, and you can see some commonality in some of the careers that these students are studying. Okay? In certain situations, we have students that are paired up, not pairs, but threes if they have an odd number. As you can see then, the particular Venn diagram gets to be a little bit more complicated, but we're sure they can do that. And so in the end, during our career week, we will have presentations, oral presentations, which are PowerPoint. It's a one-push button PowerPoint about each career. Students will have a table in our auditorium lobby with a poster that they are going to make of their Venn diagram at that table. And when a judge comes along, they'll push the button, play the presentation, and then each judge will critique it. Also then at the end of that day, we have a guest speaker. Her name is her last name is Makepeace. She is from the St. Louis Zoo, and she will give us a 30 to 45 minute talk. She is a conservation PhD. And so in the end, that's how we will end our career week with combined capstone.
That's all for this episode of Kickin' It with the Mules. Follow us on social media to get more daily updates. Go Mules!